Hello and welcome to another How to Code Well YouTube web chat. My name is Peter Fisher. Today I'm going to talk about marketing. Now, before you software developers, you web programmers turn off and go, oh my God, why on earth is he talking about marketing when he's a programmer and this is a programming channel? There might be some relevance in the things that I say if you're a freelancer or a contractor and you're looking to either promote yourself, or perhaps there's an application that you've produced, you've made, and you want to promote that to various communities. Also, I want to talk about my marketing experiences with this channel and other things. But before I even get into any of that, before I talk about that, you may have noticed that I am slightly more upright. I'm slightly more bolt upright, and the reason being is that I've gone and bought myself one of these laptop stands. It's actually the M stand. I've got it here. I've got the box at least. So this is the M stand. I'll just bring that in. Can you see? It's pretty good, right? So it puts your laptop on an angle. It makes your screen eye level, which means that you're forcing yourself to be straight. And as a programmer, where you spend hours and hours and hours working on code, or just anybody who's working on laptops or desktops for hours and hours and hours on end, you find yourself getting closer and closer and closer to the screen, getting your hunch on, and it's not good. It's not good for you. And I'm a remote developer, right? So there's nobody here who's going to have a go at me. Nobody's going to tell me off for having a bad posture, apart from myself. And I'm aware that there's a lot of things that I can do in this office, like the desk and the chair and so forth, that I could do to help with the posture. But baby steps, right? The only thing I would say about this is that there is a little bit of flex. If I was to just touch it, you can see it sort of vibrate a little bit. But it's a very good stand. I'm certainly not sponsored by these guys at all. I just wanted to make that point because it's quite an important point for anybody who's working on computers. Anyway, let's get back to the whole point of this video, and that is marketing, and why marketing is such a big thing when you're trying to promote yourself and you're a freelancer or you're a contractor, and the things that perhaps I've done wrong and right with marketing this channel. Now, I have a confession to make, and that is that for the past couple of years, up until today, in fact, I've had a split personality when it comes to promoting this channel, this How to Code Well channel on Facebook. And that's because back in the day, I'm not going to go into the origin story of the channel at all. That's perhaps for another video. But back in the day when I started this, I linked it to my private Facebook profile, and just kind of like put it there and threw it out there and fine. And I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't think anything of the marketing side of this. And just putting it onto my private Facebook profile is pointless, because the friends that I've got, the majority of them aren't programmers. My family aren't programmers. So who was I promoting it to? A bunch of people who just thought, okay, fine, that's what he's doing. I've got no understanding of what he's doing. So the target audience was just wrong, totally wrong. Until today, where now I've actually got a Facebook page specifically for the How to Code Well channel, and I created that reluctantly. I reluctantly created that page, and the reason why it was a tough decision to do so is because every time you touch upon a different channel, a different community, you spread yourself a little thinner. There is an extra overhead to these pages, these channels, these communities, because you have to market them, you have to promote them, you have to create them. There is the channel art that you need to produce. There is the page description that you have to write. Every time you do a video, you're now ensuring that you have to push to that other community channel. So every time I do a video now, I need to push it to the Facebook page. The other avenues I've got are, say, LinkedIn, there's Twitter, and Reddit and so forth. So I'm already touching upon a lot of places, and the point I'm trying to make, the point of this video, I guess, is to basically look at where it is that you're promoting yourself, and always asking the question: is this the best place to put it? Is this are the audience that you're targeting? Are they the people who you really should be pushing it towards? Because there's no point in just throwing it out in the public and just going, there you go, unless you've got really really hot SEO, or really good sort of tactics that the randomer isn't going to pick it up, in the public domain just by finding it by chance. So you need to look at the target audience, and you need to look at the communities that you're targeting, and ask the question: are these the people who I want to be pushing the content towards? And previously, like I said, with the Facebook, it wasn't. It was just friends and family who just don't care about programming because they have absolutely no interest in it, and rightly so, because they have other concerns and other jobs and other interests and so forth. But you put the video in front of developers and coders, then perhaps you'll get a better response, right? And it sounds obvious. Listening to what I'm saying now in my head, this just is obvious. But at the time, I didn't appreciate it. There was no appreciation level of how powerful marketing can be, and how important it is to get it right. Now, the channel itself, the How to Code Well channel, is in its infancy. In fact, I mean, even though it's been around for like 4 years, right? There has been a lot of times where I just haven't bothered with it, because the origin, the backstory of the channel has changed over the time that I've used it, and also during the course of my career, and so forth. I won't get into that now, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that there's more of an emphasis now for me on this channel, and I'm kind of using this year 2017 as a way of as kind of an experiment for YouTube, and seeing how, just learning from the experiences of content creation, and how how the channel can grow, and what I need to do in order to let that happen. And I think one of the things that has been letting it down is this Facebook thing, because I know that there is a lot of people on Facebook who perhaps don't have a YouTube account, so they're just not going to watch it, or they don't go to YouTube. So, and also I wanted to get away. There is a personal reason why I created the How to Code Well Facebook page, and that's because I wanted to move the content away from my private life a little bit. I wanted to have that sort of grey area gap between my private life and the page, and the How to Code Well page, like I've got with, say, my freelance stuff. I don't really talk about that. Perhaps I might do in the future, but I don't talk about that at the moment as much as perhaps I should do or shouldn't do. I don't know. So it's having these sort of siloed areas, segmented areas of the market of marketing yourself and your product, and so forth. So I'm going to give a demo of what the Facebook page looks like right now, but do check it out. I'll speak to you again in a mo. Right, so this is the Facebook page for the How to Code Well channel. It's facebook.com/HowToCodeWell, no hyphens, all one word. So that's facebook.com/HowToCodeWell. And yeah, this is the channel art. That's my ugly mug. If we were to scroll down, we can see that I have actually started posting content to this page. And I actually started back in November on the 13th, but at that time it was private. I didn't publish it. I didn't make it live. Because I was still umming and ahhing about actually doing it and creating this another avenue of marketing and promotion that I was debating whether or not I would have enough time to do so, but here it is. So I have been putting these things on. These are basically my previous MySQL stuff, and I did notice that, well, I've got like 60 odd videos, right? And I didn't want to just suddenly put them all on in one hit, because I don't want to spam anyone. So I'll trickle them through, and I'll start from 1, and then 2, 3. Where are we on now? Yeah, 4. So I'll put the fifth MySQL tutorial on. I'll probably do it every other day or something like that, just to trickle them through, and eventually we'll get to the point where we are now, and this video will be on this page. I just want to talk a little bit about this banner. This is the new banner. The previous one was that one here, which didn't really mean anything. It was just my laptop and my notebook. So guesses what that could have meant. So this one is a little bit more descriptive. We got the logos here of the things that I talk about. So Ubuntu, Docker, PHP, MySQL, and JavaScript. And a big thing here, web development tutorials and web chats by Peter Fisher. And then this part here. Now this is kind of like me dropping down the gauntlet and saying that well, this is PHP code. So getting creating a variable of date, and then setting that date to a new instance of date time. So that's a date time object of PHP, and then checking the value of the L. It's the language format of that object. So if that equals Tuesday, then it's a Docker tutorial, because I've been doing the Docker tutorials at the moment. Else, if the day is Friday, then it's a web chat like it is today. Now, this means that there's going to be 104 videos in a year, which is quite a big commitment. And I'm not 100% sure whether I can actually fulfill this commitment. And if I can't, then I will be dropping probably the web chat a couple of times if I do need to drop the ball down the line. And again, that will purely because it's not because I've given up the How to Code Well channel. It's just because I've been so busy with other bits in my life and my freelance and so forth, which take more, in my opinion at the moment, more of a priority of things. I'm trying to be as transparent and as honest as I can be. But this is kind of me saying that this is what I plan to do. It's part of the experiment, part of what I was talking about beforehand. I'll get into the experiment probably later down the road, talking about the goals and things of the channel, perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, this is the Facebook page. Do check it out. If you're on Facebook, give it a like or a thumbs up or a follow. I have no idea what the differences between those two at the moment are. So that was the Facebook page for the How to Code Well YouTube channel, facebook.com/HowToCodeWell. If you're on Facebook, appreciate a like or a follow. There's obviously other ways you can get in contact. So I'm on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @PFWD. I've also got a LinkedIn profile. Or you just leave a comment down below in the comment section, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Do subscribe if you want to listen to some more of my web ramblings, as well as the tutorials that I'm pushing out every Tuesday. At the moment, I'm focusing on Docker, so do subscribe to pick those up. It might be handy if you're a web developer or in DevOps and you're learning Docker. They might prove a bit useful, so do subscribe to pick those up. As always, my name's Peter Fisher. Thanks again for watching. I will speak to you in person like this again next Friday. Bye-bye.